Alright, the new Demon Codex came out, and everyone is doing reviews of the different units in the Demon Codex and talking about what they think is good and bad, and how all these different opinions on stuff, but most of us haven't played enough games to really get an idea of what's working. So I thought before I jumped in and started throwing opinions out on the new units, I'm going to do some reviews on stuff that's been out for a while that hasn't changed a whole lot by the rules, but are solid options. And so one of those is the Blight Drone. And the Blight Drone of Nurgle is actually a fast attack choice for Chaos Demons and Chaos Space Marines. It's a Forge World model, and it nowadays it's actually not that expensive, point-wise or actual cost of the model. They're not that expensive, particularly in the Forge world. And these guys are a really good option now. And let me run through why I think so. Okay, they're fast attack. This, with its little helicopter blades and everything, this thing is a flyer. It's the only true flyer in the Demons army list. It's obviously not the only flyer in the Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, but it competes really well with the Helldrake. It's a flyer that can come in a squadron of up to 3, so you could take 3 of these, and I would say in reality you want to take at least 2, because they do blow up, and having 2 of them is pretty good. The fact that you can take 3 per slot, so you could take 3 of these in one fast attack slot, and that's pretty nice. You could run 9 of them on a double force org, but 9 of them would cost more than 2,000 points, so it would have to be in a big game that maybe you're playing Apocalypse and it wouldn't matter. Regardless, you can field a lot of them. You could field more of them than you could field, say, Helldrakes. They're pretty solid. They have front armor 12, side armor 11, rear armor 10, but let me spin this guy around here. So here's the backside. He's got a really narrow arc in terms of shooting him in the rear armor, so he's actually protected by that. Okay, side armor though, he's got a lot of side armor. So side armor 11. So it's a flyer that can go into hover mode, so it can become a fast skimmer. It comes with 2 weapons. It comes with a Maw cannon, which I assume is this large one, and a Reaper autogun cannon. So the Maw cannon can shoot either templates. They're not Torrent, so they're not quite as cool as the Helldrake, but it shoots a Strength 6 AP4 Vomit, and it can throw Phlegm at 36 inches. It shoots a Strength 8 AP3 Large Blast. So it's a battle cannon. This thing comes with a battle cannon, and since you could take 3 of them in a unit, you could have 3 flying battle cannons. And then the Reaper auto cannon is a heavy 2 twin-linked gun, strength 7. It's very useful that it's twin-linked, because the downside to this, let's just talk about its stats, it has ballistic skill 2. So good thing that it's twin-linked, but since it's a flyer, you get to shoot both guns, so you're going to shoot the Maw cannon and that Reaper auto cannon. And the fact that it's twin-linked means, hey, you're still likely to hit at least once, and since it's a flyer, it's got Skyfire, so you could shoot down another flyer. It's a demon, but with the new rules, it is not a Demon of Nurgle, because Forge World isn't going to update anything really quickly, I don't think. And so this guy's got Demonic, but not Demon of Nurgle, so it doesn't benefit from the Nurgle Shrouded rules, even though it's clearly a Demon of Nurgle. It is, however, immune to shaken and stunned damage results, so it ignores those altogether. It has one other special rule called Explosion of Pus. This thing cannot be wrecked. If it's wrecked, it automatically upgrades to Explodes. So it is somewhat likely to hurt, anything near it when it is destroyed in shooting orb. even in combat. And remember, flyers, when they when they get wrecked or explode in the sky, they come raining down in a big ball of fire. So if you can get him over your opponents when they decide to shoot him down, he has the potential just to kill a few more guys. So running through why I think these things are useful, because at 125 points, and this thing gets no upgrades, you get a flyer. You could take up to 3 of them in a single Force Org slot. They have Strength 8 large blasts, and then they have Strength 7, Reaper autocannons. So these things get to just hammer down on your opponent pretty effectively. There aren't a whole lot of flyers that are shooting Strength 8 large blasts in a formation that are demons. So this thing, one other thing about being a demon, it doesn't ever have to jink, because as we know with the Helldrake, same thing. It's a demon, it has a 5-up invul save, so why would you bother to take a jink save? So this thing's going to come flying in, and it's gonna rain big explosions of phlegm down upon your opponent. Now on the negative side, with personal experience with Blight drones, if you just field one of them, they're pretty easy to ignore and shoot down. And I say ignore because, yeah, they do have that phlegm big explosion, but they hit the, pick a good target, and with the ballistic skill too, they're going to deviate some in all likelihood when they're shooting. So when you have 2 of them, those blasts become a lot more dangerous, but with one of them, you'll notice your opponent might ignore them for a while and then just shoot them down. And so I think that they're better in actual squadrons. So and if I called those formations in the video, I meant squadrons, so these guys can go in a squadron. So that's the review. Blight Drone of Nurgle, probably one of the best fast attack flyer options. I personally think they probably compete solidly with the Helldrake. They're pretty cool looking. Both the Helldrake and the Blight Drone are pretty cool looking. They both have good weapons. This thing has, I think, better weapons than the Helldrake, because it gets the Maw Cannon and the Reaper autocannon, and it can use both of them since it's fast. And it doesn't get to Vector Strike, but I don't know if that really matters. It can shoot down another flyer because it has Skyfire when it's using that autocannon. A downside to that is it won't be using the phlegm against another flyer, because those are blasts or templates, and you can't hit a flyer with those.